let's see. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Have you been looking for a podcast to help you transform your physical and mental? One that'll shoot you straight between the eyes with truth and no BS, helping you have the right mindset to accomplish things, the iron will and fortitude to follow through with what you say you're going to do. No excuses. Mark owns martial arts schools, and after 30 years, he has some real insight for real talk, real life, real conversations, motivational, fitness, self-defense, weight loss, live from the Great 1-8. This is Real Talk with Mark Cox.
All right. Good morning on my side. Good evening on your side of the world. Another international podcast today. This is the second time I've had this guest on, but today will be a special one today because I'm going to expose just how people get ripped off on their YouTube channels by people telling them how to get more likes, more followers and such, and how it can be a detriment to what you do. So today I have Riyad with me. I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself, give him a little bit of background, and we're going to jump right into this. So the floor is yours, sir.
Hi, Mark. Thank you so much for having me here again for this sensitive topic because a lot of people want to unleash their content creator self and want to create content and want to grow on YouTube. And this kind of things scams let them down in their journey. So my name is Riyad, and I started my career as a graphic designer back in 2016, and from there I'm now having my own agency, marketing agency, Skyrocket Coach, and most importantly, the credentials I have for today is I am growing YouTube channels for my clients since 2022. And COVID hit. I was stuck in home. I could not go anywhere. So besides my graphic design career, I started marketing, and search engine optimization is a big part of digital marketing. And growing YouTube channel, getting your YouTube videos in front of more people is actually an act of search engine optimization, because we have a lot of contents, provide a lot of value, but you are unable to put that in front of a lot of people. Those value is not going to get noticed. So that's how I get into YouTubing since 2020, and I took my client's channel from literally zero to 3 million plus total views. And I know YouTube in and out. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so I want to. So while I have everybody here online, we've got some people. Timothy, how you doing, buddy? Timothy is on saying hi.
Hi.
So I wanted. Let me just tell you the backstory of why I have Riyad on here for you. Okay. I had exactly 140 followers on my YouTube channel, and when I really wanted to grow the channel, and I wanted to grow it and have more views on my videos so I can almost match what I'm doing on my audio podcast. So I do a video podcast today, and then I'll have it for view later, not for view, but for audio purposes later on my audio. So what I did is I started looking, and somebody came across me because of somebody I know. So inside of our community, there was a young lady that used this particular guy, and she used him for getting more followers. And so I called her and I said, "Hey, has this been working for you?" And she goes, "Well, yeah." She goes, "I've gotten a lot more followers, and he guaranteed so many in a month, and pretty much that's how many I got in a month." And I said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna talk to him next." So I talked to him next, and I said, I'd like to know what it is you do. And he explained to me how he manages. And then he said, I will get you 1,000 followers within 30 days. And I said, okay. And sure enough, in 30 days, I had 1,000 followers. And so I was excited about the next phase. And I said, okay, what about the views? And he goes, I can start optimizing these views where you're going to get a lot of views. And so all of a sudden, one of my has 1,100 views. The next one has 500 and something views. And I'm like, okay, man, this guy seems to be doing what it is. But I decided to look at the analytics a little bit. And something was weird to me that I didn't know how to kind of make myself around to really look at what followers are organic or what it was. So I was like, I went to happen to hit this one thing that says, how long do they view your video for? And it said like 1.6 seconds or something ridiculously. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Wait a second, that can't possibly be right. And then I just gave this guy another $300 in the beginning of February because he was going to optimize more videos. So this is the third month now, the third month. I've given him $300 every month. And so what he ended up doing is, Riyad, for some reason, you called me that same exact day. I'm not sure why, how you saw something. I put up something or something, and you messaged me and asked me about, hey, what are you doing there? And I said, he asked me if I have ability, do you have a Zoom call? I said, I happen to be free right now. So Riyad, you got on the phone with me. And then you proceeded to tell me that this is what you do. And you feel that I was scammed, that these followers are not organic. And sure enough, you end up putting me in the analytics and you show me that 80% of them are from Russia.
Yeah.
40% of them are from Vietnam.
Vietnam, yes.
Right? And I'm like, you got to be shitting me, man. I was so mad. I was like, wow, I got taken by somebody on these bots. And these are followers, but they're bot followers. So why don't you break down how these guys do this first, and then we'll break into how to make your channel more organically grown. Okay? So why don't you say how these scammers, what they do and how it happens. So somebody else this doesn't happen to them.
Yeah. So very first thing is, the red flag is if somebody offer you certain number of followers, certain number of views, and certain hours of watch time in a certain days, like that guy did to you, like 1,000 followers in 30 days, 100,000 views in 30 days. YouTube doesn't work that way. YouTube will not tell you how many views it will bring to your video. So the first red flag is if somebody come to you and guarantee results. Nobody can guarantee YouTube results, YouTube numbers. So if somebody come to you and say, hey, I can give you viewers and subscribers on demand, that's a red flag. Don't go for that. And now I'm going to break it down how they do it. There are two ways they're doing it. Number one, they have a group of people. Like they have a group of 10,000 people from different countries, and they are like very low value people. They have nothing to do else other than going around and hanging out on Facebook and watching YouTube videos. So these kind of people, goalless people, they come to the community and they share the video and exchange views. Let's say I'm in that community, and I'll tell you, I'll make a post. I am exchanging subscriber for subscriber. If you give me 10 subscription, I will return 10 subscription to you, because they have multiple Gmail address, and it's not a big deal to have 100 Gmail account at the same time. So they have multiple Gmail account. Somebody can have 30 YouTube channel at the same time. So I have 30 YouTube channel, which means I have 30 subscription to give. So I am giving you 30 subscriptions. You are giving me 30 subscriptions in exchange. So that's number one thing. That's one way. Now, why these subscriptions are not for you? Because YouTube works this way. Somebody watched your video, they liked your video, they subscribed to your channel. Now, next time you upload a video, your video either it will go as a notification if they click on the bell icon, otherwise your video will be on their watch page because they subscribe to your channel. Now if I have 30 channels and so I subscribe to your channel from one of those 30 channels, I'll never go and watch any video that uploaded by you. My job is to just go ahead and give you the subscription. So that's number one way. There's
Okay, so
another way. Yeah.
1 second. Let's just break that down so everybody understands that.
Yeah.
Because I'm listening to you again. First of all, if somebody guarantees you 1,000 subscribers, that's your first red flag, correct? Because you cannot guarantee how many you're going to get. So if they're saying, I guarantee you'll get 1,000, that's the first red flag.
Red flag, yes.
Right? And then what you're saying is these guys have this network. So you can have multiple YouTube channels and they go in and say, it's like let's say I'm the scammer. I have 30 YouTube channels. I go to another guy and say, hey, I'm going to give you a subscription from each one of my YouTube channels. Right?
Yes, yes.
But I want you to give this I want you to go give this, like my channel, 30 views. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got this community. So you got 10 or 15 people doing that. All of a sudden, you got 500 new followers in a day. Right?
Yes.
Right. I like to put my hands around this guy's neck. Trust me. So that's how that first scam happens. And then we have these multiple followers really from nowhere. And what you're saying here, the very last sentence you said was, these subscribers, they had one job. That's to subscribe.
Yes.
Okay. And they'll never watch one of your videos. So you have subscribers. Okay. So that's number one. That's the number one scam. So, and he did both of these things. He guaranteed me 1,000 people and he actually got 1,000 people, but right on the money. Like I got to 1,000 subscribers within 30 days. And I kept watching it. It would come in blocks, just like you said. I wasn't too savvy on it, but I would say, wow, today was 300. Yesterday was 200. And it was just these blocks of amount of people. So this is exactly what you're saying. He went around and has a community where you probably have a bunch of scammers. This is how they do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the second one?
Yep. And before going to the second one, let me tell you how this thing, they invented this thing, or how this thing are cutting on the market like a hot dog. Because anyone on YouTube, they have a dream to monetize their channel and earn money from their content. And in order to monetize your channel, to earn money, YouTube has a rule is that you need to have at least 1,000 followers and 4,000 hours watch time within the past 12 months. So that's how they came with that package. Like they will most of the time they will offer you 1,000 followers because that's what you need in order to monetize your channel. So this is another thing. Do not be greedy. I'm talking to some of the people. Do not be too greedy to be monetized. Do not create content, provide value. Your channel will get monetized by itself. And if you bring the monetize early and your channel is not in a state that people are actually watching your video, the monetization will not work. You will not make money from YouTube. So let me go to the second thing they do. People built bots, softwares. Okay, so in the softwares also works almost the same way. Like you go to the software, instead of you going to a community and posting about I need 10 subscribers, you go to a software, you watch a video and you get 2 points. You watch a video and you get 2 points. Now you can distribute that 2 point to get 2 views from other people from that software. So the other people, the other person watching your video for a point, he is watching your video and getting a point. Now he will use that point to get another video. So it's like I watched 10 videos today, I got 10 points. Now I'm distributing these 10 points to get another 10 videos in my channel or one of my clients' channel.
I get you.
Okay.
All right. I got you. So I see what you're saying there. Man, I'm telling you. So there's software that you're saying that has these bots, and these software is so this is just a scam within a scam. And he said, the guy that did this to me said the same thing. He guaranteed me 1,000, but he says, I'm going to make sure your YouTube channel is monetized. But you know, that's where things got kind of weird, is when I looked on how many people were listening. I'm like, wow, I got 500 views on that. So I went to look at the analytics, and this is what happens here. This is my fault on myself that I didn't explore that a little bit more and say in the beginning where these were coming from, because I'm not sure people know. Now you had to take me through the YouTube back channel and say, now listen, here's where your followers are, look where they're from. And that's when you showed me that they're like from
Russia and Vietnam.
Yes. Right. Here's somebody else. This is Deborah saying, Riyad taught me so much about YouTube even before I hired him. This is Deborah.
Thank you, Deborah.
And so I was so taken back by I can't stand scammers anyway. You know what I mean? And then I get super frustrated that I can't confront them face to face. So I said that I'm going to expose him for who he is, and he's not going to use my name to get more scams going on. So what you ended up doing for me, and I don't know, Riyad, if somebody hires you or consults with you, you probably do the same thing, because I hired you then to help me grow organically.
Yeah.
And so I do have. You took me in the back. Now listen, let's talk about how these scammers actually hurt you. Even though it says you 500, right? I want to talk about that, because this was powerful to me. I was like, oh man, holy shit. And I said, so I'm thinking that I got these 1.K views for like Jose Escobar's thing. Now, a lot of those were organic because he's got a good following. But I would say that half of it was garbage. And so what happened is I went and looked at those analytics, and you showed me, and you said, see how they're only watching this video for 2 seconds, 1.8 seconds, a minute, and how that actually hurts you on your channel when that happens. Why don't you explain to me on how that, or explain to the audience exactly how that happened?
Yeah, thanks to YouTube algorithm, because it builds a way that support creators. Now, how do I know that you are a good creator? If you can keep an audience inside your video, if you provide so much value in a video, or a storytelling in a video that a person watching your video can't move on without watching it, that means you are a great content creator. And YouTube always look for great content creators and promote them and boost their channel. So let's say you have a video of 60 minutes. That's what happened to your channel as well. Let's say you have a video of 60 minutes. Now someone came to a video and watched the first 6 seconds, 10 seconds, or even a minute, doesn't matter. Which means you have a 1 hour long video and people are losing interest at the very first second. which means you are not a great creator. Even if you provide a lot of values in your videos, the same behavior will indicate to YouTube that your video is not interesting. People are not watching your video because they're leaving at the very first second. YouTube will see that. YouTube will not put your videos in front of other people because your video is not interesting. So that's if you buy views, yeah.
So when you told me that, I was like, okay, so these 1,000 views doesn't mean anything. Actually, it hurt me because I ended up getting 1,000 views of 1 second. So it looks like there's 1,000 people that went to watch my video and said, no, this ain't interesting enough. So they're not going to push my content. That's exactly what happened. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's, yeah, that does piss me off.
Yeah, and that's why it's harmful for your channel, and that's how it's harm your channel. You have 1,000 followers, and when you post a video, none of your followers watch your videos. What does this mean?
Correct. So I thought so much that you get all these views. Now, is there, okay, let's say, all right, let's break this down so you can help content creators to make it more organic for someone to stick with you, except for, you know, we have an audience that the same people that kind of come and listen to us every week and that look forward to my guest or whatever I have. And so is there a algorithm that works if, okay, let's say they watch 5 minutes, let's say they watch 10 minutes of a 60-minute video. Is there a time frame where once they get past that, it kind of lifts you up, that your video looks, or is it something that they have to watch the entire thing in order for you to get value?
No, the more they watch, the better. So the typical time is the first 30 seconds. If somebody watch your video after the first 30 seconds or the first 40 seconds, that means you have something in your video that is keeping people in, but not the first 5 seconds, not the first 10 seconds. Now, let's say you have a video of 5 minutes, the first 30 seconds is enough to get a hook, or the first 40 seconds. Now you have a 1 hour video, so the first 30 seconds is not good enough compared to the length of the video. For a 1 hour video, if you have at least 2, 3, or 5 minutes watch time, that's a great way to be. And I saw your channel, you got 6 minutes average watch time, which is after we started the organic thing.
Okay, interesting. So let me ask you some stuff. Now, we have podcasters here that are listening. We have, you know, people that have YouTube channels that maybe have a mastermind group or whatever they're going to talk about. Is, in your opinion, when you are building a YouTube channel, let's see what Tim says here. Plus, we are competing with so much other bombardment of advertisements and suggested content being fed to our potential audience and viewers. Yeah, that's true too. So, if is when you're telling somebody, hey, you're going to build your YouTube channel or your podcast or whatever you're going to do you suggest hour-long stuff? Do you have stuff for hour? You know, or what's your thought, or does that not really matter? Your content is what matters. And how do you have better content? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I recommend, like, people are busy nowadays, but you can provide so much value in a 5-minute videos. You can go into deep of something for 5 minutes in a 5-minute video. Is it not possible to go deeper in a topic in a 5 minutes video? But as I said, people are busy now. 5 minutes videos works, even 1 hour video works as well. Now, how I took the advantage, as I said, I upload just one content in my channel. I'm not a content creator, but I was just testing my how is my channel performing. I just uploaded one video, and that video got 3.3 thousand views in 10 days, and my channel subscriber were 30, that went to 46 in just 10 days, just one video. I have other testimonials and other things uploaded on the channel, but those are not content. I just uploaded one content that get 3.3 thousand in 10 days, and looking forward in 20 days, it almost got 5,000 views, which means it's continuously getting views. Now, I took advantage of long form content. How? I have a video editing course. My top mentor, my top video editor is the mentor of that course. All the classes of those course are more than 1 hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, almost 2 hours. Sometimes they took the class. I uploaded those videos in my channel and I distributed the link with the students. So what happened? The students watch the long form video for a long time. Some of them who did not join the class, the actual class, they watch the entire video. That's how YouTube knows I have contents that can keep people in. And now I uploaded just one content with proper SEO, so it's in front of the right people, and I started getting views because YouTube knows that my channel is providing value. People are watching. So if you can use your long form content and short form content strategically, both works best.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot to this for what that is, because I think I talked to you a little bit about my, how much I enjoy doing my interviews, and my YouTube channel is a little bit interviews, and it's a little bit of me by myself, right? Sometimes I get on for 20 minutes, and I'll talk about how to have purpose in life, and give you some real insight of what happened to me, and how to avoid pit stops, and those particular ones get quite a bit of views, right? I notice they share a lot. And then I know if I have the right person that's listening that I'm interviewing, then they have an audience, and that audience helps, so our audience will help each other. So the audience that I have that's going to listen to him, and then he has an audience that he's going to get to come on and get to listen to him, and then the shares get put out. Talk about the sharing part. Okay, if we're asking people, hey, I'd like you to share this video, what does sharing do? Does it just add more views? Is the share really to get more views? Is that what we're trying to achieve?
No, more share means more people are interested in your videos, and that send a good signal to YouTube that your video is getting shared. So if you get more share, plus point one is more people watching your video. Plus point two is YouTube getting an idea is your video is shareable, so it's good enough so that people share. So there are two type of benefits if people share your video.
Okay, yeah. So that's why it's important, and I think when we, just like they have a community to scam us, we should have a community to build us, right? So if we are within a community that we are working on, like in my community, right? I've got the CLA community. I've got I don't know how many subscribers I have on just my personal Facebook page is probably 4,000. You know what I mean? Something like that. And then my Beyond the Map podcast has another 1,000. If we can help share each other's work, this is how we can increase views and followers then, correct? Because I know this from a podcasting side view, it's kind of a weird thing from a podcaster's view. The audio side of it, it's not how many quite downloads per se you get. It's how many subscribers you have that puts you up the algorithm in that your podcast is worth something. I think that's how I got to that on Listen Notes. I've got to, my podcast is actually on that, right? And so, which is hard to get on. And so now I'm trying to do the video side of it, and there's just so much to it. So let me ask this question for those that are watching, because we've had a pretty consistent audience this whole time, because I think that this is something everybody thinks about. Hey, can I monetize my time? Because that's what we really think about. Now, at first, I didn't think about monetizing my time. I just wanted to get my stuff out there to have a legacy that my kids could watch, or my students. And then, it started to expand because I became an author, and then I have other authors on, right? And get to
Yeah.
put their
Yeah.
books out there. And then we start building the community around each other. And I try to, when I have guests on like yourself, I want to make sure that you're getting something out of this, and we're going to get to put out into my audience and to your audience. They get to know you a little bit better. They get to know your business a little bit better. Maybe they buy your book. Maybe they're going to start following you and watch what kind of content you do, all that kind of stuff. Because I've had some powerful people on my podcast, and we've helped each other that way. So when on your business now, when it comes to optimizing, this is just something that first of all, people, I haven't heard anybody, unless they're in this field, that really understands what that is. Is there how you describe your video? How important is that? Is there certain words that you should be using that search engines catch? When you say optimize something or make it so it's more shareable, what are we doing in the background? What are you doing back there that helps things out?
Okay, so two parts should work together in order to work things out. Part one is your content itself. So what you are saying in your video, YouTube is smart enough to get the transcript of what you are saying in the video, and you need to use some call to action and some words to keep your audience till the end. Now, in my research, I found out today's in this digital era, people's attention span is lower than a goldfish. People are so busy, they don't want to be in front of a video if they don't find it interesting within the first 5 or 6 seconds. So when you start a video, within the first 6 seconds or 7 or 10 seconds, you need to give them exact reason to watch the video till the end. Something like this: hey, in this video I'm going to talk about how I broke my how I become broke from broke to build my 6-figure business. I'm going to give you a step-by-step guides, so don't skip the video and watch it till the end. If you start with this kind of call to action and give them a clear picture what they are going to get in the video, that's how you keep your audience. Now inside, now let's say they watched 1 minute or 2 minutes of your video, and they are now trying to feeling boring and trying to go out, because not everyone can create videos that capture their audience till the end, unless you practice so many times and you provide great value. And value differ to people. I will find something really valuable, somebody else will not find the same. So in while creating your video, you need to keep these things in mind. And also call to action is really important, because people will watch your video, they'll like your video, they'll smile by themselves and thank the creator, and they'll skip the video. But if you ask personally, hey, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to this channel and like and comment, that works. So while you are creating the video, you need to keep these things in mind. And then comes the optimization, the SEO. Now, without a name, we can't call somebody. So same way, if the video doesn't have a name, how can YouTube call that video when someone searches on it? So the name means you can have any title, but if you have a title that are often searched on YouTube, that's when your video is coming to the search result. And another example that I often use is, you have a poster printed for an event, and you, instead of putting that poster out, you hide that poster in your drawer. So what happened? You have the poster, but nobody else is going to see it. The same way, you create a great video and you just upload it. I saw a lot of people ignoring the title and description so many times. They think I have great videos, then I do not need time. Do not need to put time in my title, in my description. But that's not recommendable for a content creator. If you have put your time into creating great videos, you need to put your time to optimize the videos as well. So when I say optimize, I say the title, use keywords, commonly known phrases, so that people search it on YouTube. Use search for your competitors, what type of titles they are using, who are already growing on the channel, what type of contents they are creating, what are the top keywords they are picking on. For example, this live, you said YouTube scam exposed. So YouTube and scam are two important words that people would find, or if I can optimize it in a way that it go in front of the creator, they will watch it. So optimization means telling search engine. YouTube is the second largest search engine and top number one video search engine in the world. So if you can tell your search engine, hey YouTube, this is my video about, these are the things my audience wants to see in these videos, and I put there, and these are the things, or these are the name the viewers should call this video when they search it. If you can match everything together, that's how you get organic reach. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to. So the audience that's listening right here, I want you to understand how important this is, because Riyad helped me with this particular one, because I already knew we're going to have a good audience, because we're going to bust these scammers. Okay, because nobody likes being scammed. Everybody hates it. All right, and it's almost like somebody coming in and robbing you, and when you come home, you just feel vulnerable right there, and then you can trust nobody, right, in business, because you don't know the questions to ask, because we're not, either A, we haven't educated ourselves, or B, we haven't got the right person that we've hired. So I want everybody that's listening to this. This is how, because Riyad, you were asking me a week ago. We started getting this ready, and you went ahead and made. Usually, I have my girl make the podcast covers, but you had made it this time and kind of made it look like head to head, and you had some good graphics in there. But then you asked me about title. So the audience that's listening, let me tell you some of the stuff, the titles that I gave him, and then what his response to what I was doing there. It says here, like some of the titles I came up with, what I ended up doing, just so people know, is how I try to use Chat GPT. Is I went to Chat GPT and I said, this is RH's bio, and we are going to go after the scammers on YouTube getting likes, and I'd like to have a title. And then it spit out stuff like this: alert signal, unveiling the bot scam with RH. RH cautionary tales, the bot scam exposed. Beware of the bots. RH scam alert, navigating the bot. And so I thought some of these were good, but then you put this. This is what you said to me. You said, none of them have the word YouTube.
Yeah.
I have a few ideas too. Let me know which one you like the most. Don't fall for the bot scam on YouTube. Right away of YouTubing for professionals. Do not buy cheap views on YouTube. YouTube mastery with Mark and Riyad. YouTube scam exposed with Riyad. These are the ones that you gave me. And I think we went with don't fall for the bot scam. I think that's what we went with on YouTube. And so I think that little tidbit, if you guys are listening, those words saying don't be scammed on YouTube are something that can be picked up on search for sure, because nobody likes being scammed. Nobody. And so that was a good learning lessons for me there too, because this is how I usually, I know that it's important to have a dynamic title, because you want to have eye-catching stuff, right? And so it's important to have this dynamic title. But you were correct. If we're going to expose stuff on YouTube, it should have YouTube in the sentence. You know what I mean? So that was excellent by what we did right there. And so we put it out there this way, and I've got quite a few people that say the I had a lot of people that says, hey, I'm looking forward to this because I know a lot of people want to see their YouTube flourish. Of course we do. We feel that we have something that is worth listening to. I think that you are correct. You do have to have good content. There's that's a whole nother thing, right? On how your voice is. Are you exciting? Do
Yeah.
you answer the right questions? Can you direct people the way it needs to be directed? If they're going off course, can you bring them back? And all that kind of stuff. So I know that part's important. And what I wanted to make sure, because now when I hired you, it was late one night, and we just talked, and I said, okay, Riyad, what are we going to do on this? Let's work on a few of my videos. So let's talk about what you've actually done on a few of my videos to make them better. So and what results you've had so far, because let's explain to them what a good organic follower and listener is over a bot. Okay, what that does for us. All right, and then let's talk about how you started helping my videos.
Yeah. So as soon as I got access to your video, you will see I given access to another person from my team who is the leader of the SEO team. So I added her, and I had a meeting with her. So this is the goal. These are the challenges. This is what happened with the channel recently, and we need to get out of it. We need to get out of the bots, and we need to get organic followers. So we took a few videos from the list that were performing better, because you are getting views for two of the videos, the views that you bought from that scam. So the other videos, we find out a few other videos that are performing, that have good potential to perform, and we started with optimizing the channel first. So the contents you create, the important topics that you talk about that has high search volume, we found out the search volume, and we also did competitor research. So the people having 100k followers, 200k followers on YouTube and doing the same thing that you are doing, or almost the same thing that you are doing, we look into their channel as well, how they are doing, what type of keyword they are picking. So we saw that the channel banner is only having the logo without any call to action, or what is this channel about. The channel banner was not describing that thing. So if somebody watch your video, go to your channel, they will see just the logo, not knowing what this channel is doing for people. So we changed the banner so that people, when somebody get into your channel, they make sure they are subscribing, and we add a call to action to the banner as well. So that's the first two thing we did. We optimized the channel, the description, and added high search volume keywords. And then we changed the appearance of the banner so that when somebody get into a channel, they have a clear understanding what they're going to get from this channel in the future, so that they subscribe. After we have done with this first two things, the videos that we picked, we saw the click-through rate was really low, because most people watch YouTube on their phone. Very few people have a laptop or desktop in front of them and binge watch YouTube video unless they are taking a class. So most people watch videos on their phone. And if you look at your thumbnails, a small photo and without any text, and just a wave, like sound wave was there on your thumbnail. So it was not giving a clear idea. Let's say I am browsing my YouTube homepage, and your thumbnail came in front of me. People see the thumbnail first. If the thumbnail hook them, they read the title, and if the right title hook them, they watch the video. So we need to hook them very fast with the thumbnail, and your thumbnail was not having any text. What is this video about? A very small photo that is hard to see on a phone device or a mobile phone. So we changed that. You noticed we added big pictures of yours and the guests, as well as we added text on the thumbnails, the exact key point that people can get from this video. So if someone is suffering from a problem and they found one of your video that is solving the same problem and it has the text on it, they will probably read the title and then click on the video. So we optimized your video, we changed the thumbnails, and we tweaked the title as well, because you have a title but there is something else that has the same meaning but has high search volume, like how do I say this? Okay, so this is a phone. Now I can call it cell phone, I can call it mobile phone, I can call it smartphone. The same thing, three names, but people search for this. The maximum number of people search this for smartphone, not cell phone. So now, if in your title it was cell phone, we changed it to smartphone to get to more people.
Got it. That is, see, that's even more important, what you're talking about there. And this is stuff that, you know, as a coach, right, you help us with this. You know what I mean? Hey, when you do your title, you're doing this. So let's talk about what you've done for me so far, right? I'm looking at, I know people can't see this, but I'll explain it and then you explain to me. So you sent me something the other day.
Yeah.
It says, "Hi, Mark, those videos are optimized. Shall we start with another batch?" Then you put down the last 7 days, February 8th to the 14th. Traffic sources. You had browse features at 68.9%, suggested videos 11.4, YouTube search was 10.7, channel pages 5.0, external 2.1, others 1.0. What was that you sent me to look at?
Yeah. So when the person, the scammer that we are talking about, was working on your channel, sending you views, the top on the external views on the top chart, because he was sharing the video with people. But on YouTube, external traffic is not our primary target. Our primary target is organic traffic. And how can we get organic traffic? We need to position our video in a way that when they're searching something, our video come into the search result. When they're browsing their homepage, YouTube homepage, our video go into the homepage. When they end up watching one video, and you will see most of the time at the end of a YouTube video, YouTube suggests another 2-3 videos that coming up next or for you.
Okay.
Those are the places that we need to get traffic from instead of direct traffic. So when I started working on your channel, the number one thing was direct traffic. And within the next 7 days, we changed it and we brought the highest number of traffic from browse features, which means when people were scrolling on their homepage, they watched your video and they clicked on your video. So that's what it is saying. So
I want to tell everybody what that looks like again. Because you took a picture. The browse feature that you're talking about got 68.9% of what you're talking about. And that's just you doing my stuff for 7 days. The difference in what an organic looks like. Now, for you guys that are watching chat, that you're watching or listening, if you're going to be listening to the audio, this one is, by the way, this is the geography of the traffic source. And on this one, you put last 7 days. It says right here, United States, 80.3%.
Yeah.
Now, I know I didn't have that before, but let's talk about what that means.
Yeah. So you when you create contents, when you create, like, let's say you are a content creator, influencers, and viewers matters for you, no matter where they coming from. Like Mr. Beast, if you know, Mr. Beast is the biggest, one of the biggest YouTuber.
Mr. Beast, yeah.
Mr. Beast can have viewers from China, from Asia, from China, from Bangladesh, from India, from Nigeria, from Ghana, anywhere in the world, they their that is their viewer. But when you are a coach and you wanted to reach out to a certain type of people that can become your clients later, you need to go for your specific geography. Like, let's say you want to work with people who are earning 100K a year, and now you are getting traffic on your YouTube channel from, like, Libya, from Liberia, from Nigeria, where 100K, $100,000 for someone is a dream, a dead dream. So you are creating content for the people who live in USA or the first world countries, but you are getting traffic from the third world countries.
Got it.
That's the mismatch, and that's what was happening to your channel. You are creating content for the first world countries people, and you are getting traffic from nowhere else, from out of the blue, and those people will not be buying from you. So that's how geography is important.
100%. So the chat is listening to. Listen, that was happening to me. It did not say United States. It said Vietnam. And I'm like, who in the world is listening to me in Vietnam? And then it's 1 second. And just how out of whack I was doing this. And I was all pumped up because I thought I had all these views. I had all these followers. And actually, it's hurting my channel. And then I got to hire you. And then within a week or so, all of a sudden we have. So let me ask you this. And if you guys are still listening in the chat, which we have still several, we have quite a few listeners right now. Have you ever done a master class on this before, Riyad?
I have done 40 minutes training back in 2021, but I was kind of new in the field, and my content creation or my like making video, this skill were not that good, but I still have that video. But I believe I should be creating another masterclass and create more content on this area.
Yeah, I would think that if you are in the chat, you can just give me a thumbs up like that. If a master class is something I helped him put together throughout my, my organizations that I have, because I know a lot of podcasters, a lot of authors, and if we're going to have it, it's really good to at least, once again, we have to have a coach, right? In most anything we do. So, and as much as I want to know about YouTube so I can go look at analytics, but I can tell you, I don't want to sit for hours optimizing stuff because that takes me away from content creating the stuff. Correct. Yeah. And is my goal to just have a monetized channel? Well, I'd like to have a monetized channel. Everybody would, right? You're putting out your work. You'd like to have it monetized. It's not my number one thing on my list. I get more sponsorships for my podcast than I do any kind of monetizations, right? So I'm able to monetize by having people, sponsor my podcast. But I think that this is just to have a masterclass on how YouTube works and how you as a coach can help optimize where views are going. Because I've been doing this for 3-4 years now, and I still don't know about all this. Even when I was going through the analytics a little bit, just so you can see, hey, is what I'm doing working, and how can my coach Riyad help me with things? And so, and then you're going to start. I can see the growth already, and you are now taking each of my videos and kind of working on through them to make them better views, better followers, and organically, so you can grow organically. So when your channel is healthy, not sick, right? It's sick with bots. It's not healthy with followers.
Yeah, that's right? A nice way to say this.
Yeah. So, right. It's not feeling well. And we're optimizing it, we're giving it the medicine it needs to grow and to flourish. And I think that, man, this hour, I'm sure everybody here agrees that this hour has been powerful. And then it'll be even more powerful where people can listen to it. I'll have it ready for audio today at some point, because if you guys also, I haven't put him on Super Blast just yet. I'm not opposed to putting his name out there, but uh, here's the thing. Deborah has a good question. Is there a way to get rid of bots, or should a person get rid of them? Yeah, what's your
No,
thought on that?
you don't have to get rid of the bots. You just need to carry on from where you started, and those bots will eventually, definitely get out of by themselves. Like Mark already lost 1 or 2 followers because those bot followers are not like lifetime. They meant to be dropped. So you don't have to worry about that. If you already get those bots, you just need to make new contents and focus on organic, so those bots sleep where it is, and it will, with time, those bots will drop by itself.
So, Riyad, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Sorry.
What's the best way for people to get a hold of you if they want to talk to you about what you do and how to optimize, to use you as their coach? How do we get a hold of you?
Yeah, so the best way, I'm mostly active on Facebook. So if you go and search RH Riyad, as you see on my screen, you can find me. Or if you want to send me an email, you can send that email to skyrocketcoach@gmail.com. So that's my website. You also can visit the website www.skyrocketcoach.com. You can contact me from there, or you can send me an email, or you can find me on Facebook.
Skyrocketcoach.com. Okay,
Yeah.
I put that down. And we got some thumbs up on having this masterclass. If I can facilitate this, is that something that you think that you may want to do?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Okay. I think that this is super important. And I think in my world where we have podcasters and we have beginning podcasters and we have a lot of beginning people, they're trying to just get their voice out there. If you listen to my first few podcasts, I've polished myself. I've tried to make myself a better speaker. Less filler words, all the stuff that goes with being on a good podcast, having the right guest on here to give super value. This has been an awesome value. I'm just telling you, this has been eye-opening. And if you want to know the guy's name, you can private message me. I'll tell you who he is, and then I will decide whether I put him on Super Blast, because if I'm watching him right now to see if he's going to do anything else to people that I know well. And because he's already kind of infiltrated some of my people that I know. But if you want to know who he is, you can private message me. I'll give you his name so you can watch out for him. And then I'll decide later if I'm going to put him on blast out here, from what I'm doing here. But I'm going to facilitate I'm going to talk to you a little bit more, Riyad, about that. I think that this could be a great master's class. This could be a great way to get you introduction on what kind of coaching you actually do, because this isn't the only thing you do. This is just one of the things that you do.
Yeah.
And you have a team behind you. You have a team of experts that you are helping delegate certain parts of what you do out there. So, it's just been, and I've seen the growth. So I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going to take this next. You know what I mean? So I appreciate your time today. I appreciate the very open candor about what's going on. And I will tell you this, it doesn't hurt us to understand, how the YouTube works in the back end, so we don't get taken from the front end. You know what I mean? That's exactly what happened to me, right? I didn't understand the back end. It took me 3 months to understand that, hey, I'm getting screwed. And by some reason, you called me the night that it happened. And that night, we took them right off. I took them off my management. We did it, and this is how important it was. All right. Deborah says, thank you very much for the thing. You're welcome, Deborah. Thank you for chiming in the whole time. We had quite a few listeners the whole time. I think this is important for all of us. I'll leave you with the last word. Riyad, do you have anything you'd like to say to the audience before we cut out?
I just want to say, growing on YouTube is not a scary thing, or it's not as hard as you are thinking, as long as you intentionally provide value or provide entertainment to people. and if you can, if you do the optimization better, and that's not. I have a quote here. You don't need a degree in data science in order to get understand YouTube analytics. So it's not rocket science for sure. If you look out on YouTube, even if you reach out to me, or I keep putting contents about YouTube and growth and content creation on my profile, you can just follow me on Facebook, RH Riyad, or you can find on YouTube a lot of contents, great contents about this. Because if you see anyone is growing on YouTube, you must realize that they are doing great and they are providing value. So you will find a lot of videos as well on YouTube if you want to learn that. But do it right way. Don't waste your time in the wrong way, and don't go for cheap views and subscribers.
Excellent word, man. Really appreciate our hour today. Riyad, it's going to get a lot of listens, it's going to get a lot of plays. You're going to help a lot of people not get scammed, because that's what we're doing today. We're going to bust these scammers that are out there taking advantage of people. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate it, Coach. We'll talk here off camera. Have an awesome day.
Yep.
You've been listening to Real Talk with Mark Cox. Real life, real topics, real conversation. We're passionate about motivation, fitness, self-defense, weight loss, and coming at it from a real angle. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information from this show. And we hope you had fun. We know we did. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit us up on Instagram and Facebook at MarkCox100. Make sure to subscribe and review. And tell a friend or two about the show. For more, hit up the website at markcox.com. Till next time.